As we head into the coming breeding season, Paul and Mary Kenny and Andrew Grierson, along with the rest of the team at Woodlands Stud, would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for supporting both our stud and the industry over the years. In an ever-changing world, it is you that holds our sport up by breeding world-class progeny from your mares. Progeny who can compete at the highest level, not only in Australasia, but across the world. Here at Woodlands Stud, we pride ourselves on providing you with champion sires who will continue to enhance our breed, grow our gene pools, get results at sales, and give thousands of people the thrill of owning a winner. We carefully select sires who will work in the Australasian standardbred industry and ones we can back confidently with our own broodmare band. But rest assured, our roster is one that encompasses something for everyone and every budget, and is a reflection of sires who we think are capable of leaving great progeny that will fit the Australasian harness racing industry and will help to further carry our industry forward. Bettor's Delight is the greatest sire of our time. In the twilight of his career, age has not diminished his influence across the industry. His progeny continued to top sales, dominate feature racing, and smash records across the globe. In the twilight of his career, it is hard not to be in awe of everything he has achieved, and our participants have some of their best memories in racing because of him.
Just a wonderful sire, the greatest sire that I've been associated with. So I think you knew when you had a Bettor's Delight and you went into a big race and you were going to nut out a tight finish. Well, you just had that confidence. They had the stamina and the guts and the will to win. And they probably, as far as our training partnership went, they gave us strength too. And we were just rapt to be associated with the progeny of Bettor's Delight.
And I think for my driving a lot of his progeny gave me a lot of confidence in a race, so that had a big impact on my driving career.
And when they were asked what they look for in a horse at the yearling sales,
it's just a Bettor's Delight.
And we've brought a lot, Mark, haven't we, like over the years? You've brought a lot of big ones, tall ones, fat ones, skinny ones, long ones, short ones, so there's not one specific type, is there, that you look at?
But he's certainly the greatest sire I've seen, and Vance Hanno was a great sire when I was young, and then Christian Cullen came along and he's been another great sire, but this horse has just taken them to another level.
He is a stallion every breeder needs to consider to get the results at the sales, on the track and in the breeding paddock in the future. He is standing for the full fee of $25,000 plus GST and $20,000 plus GST when a preferred semen base is used. American Ideal is a sire who needs little introduction. He is the second best shuttle sire behind Bettor's Delight to return down under each season. His progeny have won over $145 million worldwide. He leaves stock that go the distance, with classy 2-year-olds, Derby and Oaks winners, through to open class champions. Across Australasia, trainers and drivers always have great things to say about his progeny.
I've been lucky enough to drive a couple of champion American Ideals lately. Copy that in American Dealer. They're just proven that he's a wonderful sire. Copy that, he's just a superstar. He's proven it over in New Zealand and now doing the job in Australia at the highest level.
Copy that, just in front, King of Swing, Rockin' Marty, what a finish!
American Dealer, he's just a wee ripper. He tries his heart out and he's just a perfect horse to drive. He's one in a million.
American Dealer, he's got them all beat. Captain Crusader's starting to drive, but American Dealer!
Can't say enough about American Ideal, and I'd love a stable full of them.
We've had a great run with American Ideals, dating back to American Brave and 888.
Here's 888 winding up strongly on the cards. 888 flies on the outside, got him!
In All-American Lover now. They've always been lovely horses to work with, and they've just really fitted into what we've done here at the training on Stonewall Studs.
American Ideal is once again standing in Victoria this season, making him Vic Bred eligible. He is available via fresh chilled semen throughout Australasia and is standing for the full fee of $11,250 plus GST and $9,000 plus GST when a preferred semen base is used. Sweet Lou is a sire who is kicking goals in both hemispheres. He is consistently near the top of the sires leaderboards in all ages, His fillies are talented and his colts and geldings are making their marks and always featuring in the major juvenile races. But his biggest and best crops are to come in the next 2 seasons. Trainers and drivers still find them great to work with.
Well, Sweet Louie, I do actually. I like Sweet Louie's. Mighty Louie's just gone across to Australia to race for us because for Robin, because we feel as though he's a real speed horse, and over the mile racing that it'll really suit him.
But at the 100 metres, it's a 1-horse race. Mighty Louie shot away.
I went back to the sales and bought the full sister this year, and it broke in beautifully as well, so really pleased about that. And also bought another one from Dave Kennedy's draft, and it's a little crack. It was a great looking horse, broken beautifully as well. And Howdy's wrapped with her said it's a real natural 2-year-old. So yeah, I'm excited by them.
I've had a very good horse for Brizio. He's an 8-weight horse. We've had a lot of talent. He's actually going up to race in Canada now.
But this has been a very, very good win from Fabrizio. Kept them honest up front, and he's outstayed them. Fabrizio, too good.
And I've had a very good horse called On the Gigolo. He's done a very good job here in NZ. He won 3 of his first 4 starts, and he's up in the US now. He's run a fast time. And then I've got another horse that's really come on the scene called Sugar Me. He looks like he's going to be a pretty special horse.
Kind of wonderful, can't quite get there. Sugar Me, he's a goodie.
So, in favour of that, why do I like them? They seem to have a very good attitude. They're very good gated. So, there are 2 main factors when you want to train favours, and we're lucky to see them.
I've had a lot to do with Sweet Lou's progeny this year, and they're really making their presence felt on the racetrack. A couple of those being my Ultimate Lizzie and my Ultimate Baxter. They're both winners on debut. They've just got great speed and strength and awesome attitudes. They really want to do it.
But it's all our Ultimate Lizzie. The money was right. Comes on here. Very good performance on debut.
They've been great to work with right along from their educationals right through to their race debuts.
He is crossing well with a range of broodmare sires, but most importantly with Bettor's Delight mares. Other strong crosses standing out so far are with Christian Cullen, Rock and Roll Hanover and Art Major mares. He is highly fertile and available via fresh chilled semen across Australasia. He stands for the full fee of $7,500 plus GST and $6,000 plus GST when a preferred semen base is used. Down by the Seaside is a sire who is starting to make a big splash on the harness racing scene in both hemispheres already. The strong performances of his debut crop of 2-year-olds in North America sees him firmly in place as the leading sire of 2-year-olds. There have been 16 heats of the Ohio Sire Stakes run so far, and the progeny of Down by the Seaside have won 11 of those heats. This includes multiple Quinellas, trifectas and first fours. The other promising sign is that his best progeny racing there to date are out of a range of different broodmare sires that are prominent in Australasia. Arguably his best colt so far is named Slingshot, and he is out of an Art Major mare.
Slingshot, Rose Run Explosion, Terminator, Slingshot to win it.
And his best filly is called Sea Silk, and she is out of a Bettor's Delight mare.
Sea Silk, easiest kind of winner. Sea Silk from Bottle and Court.
Other strong crosses seem to be with Rock and Roll Hanover and Rock and Roll Heaven mares, as well as McArdle's, Arts Place, Sports Rider and Real Desire mares. Here in Australasia, trainers are continuing to be impressed by the yearlings sired by the son of Sun Beach Somewhere.
Down by the Seaside, I went to the sales last year at the weaning sale and saw one of the nicest colts I'd seen for a long time, finished up buying him. Out of a Liz Mara family, the American family, and he's broken in and Ross Houghton loves him. He's well in advance than most yearlings around because he's on his Fred prep now, and he'll be seen at the trials early in the new season. Just this lovely looking horse and magnificent pacer. That impressed, I went and booked a mare to him last year, and we bred one that's due early in the new season.
Whatever Robert Dunn said, my one's way better.
Yeah, look, we've got 7 Down by the Seasides in our crop. We've had a good run with that line of stallions, so we decided to get some at the weaning sale, and the way they broke in, and we were very impressed with them. So we've gone back and bought a couple at the yearling sales this year, and they too have broke in really nice. Lovely gated horses, really working with you on the track, and yeah, couldn't be happy with them at this stage.
And he is shaping up as one of our best sires of the future. From a Woodlands stud perspective, Down by the Seaside ticks all of the boxes. He has already been very popular with the breeders because of his exceptional looks, staggering juvenile speed, terrific gait, racetrack talent and pedigree. Down by the Seaside is an extremely fertile stallion, and his fertility percentage of over 80% each season backs this up. He will be available via Fresh Chilled Semen across Australasia. He stands for the full fee of $6,000 plus GST and $4,800 plus GST when a preferred semen base is used. Lather Up is one of the greatest racehorses of our times. He broke 2 world records, which made him the fastest 4-year-old in history over a mile, the equal fastest horse in history over a mile, and the fastest horse in history over a mile and 1/8. He raced against all comers and broke 7 track records as a 2, 3 and 4-year-old, as well as 2 world records as a 4-year-old. When he took his 1:46 world record over a mile and won by open lengths against an incredible group that included 6 millionaires. His driver, Montreal Teague, still rates him as the fastest horse he has driven.
Montreal Teague here. It's great reaching out to the audience down under. I was lucky enough to drive Lather Up throughout his career. Lather Up will make a good stallion because just his unmatched speed on the track. Never sat behind a horse faster than him, and he was very easy to get along with. Temperament was perfect. I mean, he wanted to do it right when he got behind the gate. He swelled right up like he's supposed to. No other horse could match him going straight in a straight line. My favorite Lather Up one had to be the Dan Patch, just because it was a very weird kind of race. Let Brian Sears cross in front of me. Everybody thought that Brian Sears was going to back into me with McWicket, and there was no pass lane, but there was a pass lane. I waited for that and blowed right by him.
Here comes Lather Up, and Lather Up like a shot from 3rd to 2nd. Lather Up powers up to take the lead for Montreal Teague. And McWicket has taken the lead from Lather Up. 3/4 in 1:21 and 3. Here's the inside lane for Teague. So Lather Up with the inside, McWicket to the outside, and here comes a fast closing endeavor with Sam Widger. But it's Lather Up who retakes for Teague, and Lather Up wins in a track record equaling time of 1:47 and 2.
Another great win was at the Meadowlands. It was like the second to the last race. It wasn't the perfect conditions for a 46 mile, but he went 46.
It is Lather Up. A perfect trip paid off in the graduate final, and Lather Up is home in 1:46, equaling the all-time fastest mile in harness racing history.
Then right after that, it was a mile and a 1/8 race, which would have equaled or been better than a 46 mile. So he pretty much did 2, which was unheard of.
Lather Up absolutely destroys them, and he wins again. Lather Up in 1:59 and 2 for the mile and 1/8.
And anyone who saw him race couldn't get over his staggering speed.
I was lucky enough to see Lather Up race in North America when I was following Lazarus. He's a proper horse, very fast and tough. We're used to tough horses down here in New Zealand, but fast is hard to get. He has front of the field raw speed. I can see him leaving that in his progeny. So we're lucky to have him. Lather Up with those mares who are going to need that raw speed. I think he's going to be a great option for Australasian broodmare owners.
His pedigree combines 2 of the greatest producing sires ever down under in Bettor's Delight and In the Pocket. But they are far enough removed for him to be able to be bred to almost all mares across Australasia. Lather Up is standing in Victoria, Australia, making him Vic bred eligible. He is available via Fresh Chilled Semen throughout Australasia and stands for the advertised price of $6,000 plus GST and $4,800 plus GST when a preferred semen base is used. Trotting breeders, look no further. What the Hell has the pedigree, the race record and the looks and confirmation to be the next big sire in Squaregate history, and his progeny are already kicking goals in both hemispheres. He smashed records with his debut crop at the 2021 NZB Standardbred yearling sales. His progeny were highly sought after throughout Australasia, and he was the leading trotting sire in New Zealand.
Yeah, look, he's an absolutely outstanding stallion, What the Hell. We grabbed the opportunity when What the Hell arrived in New Zealand. I was fortunate enough to see him at WoodlandsStud in the flesh, and that was enough for us, and we sent our top mares the following season to him. We got outstanding results.
All done, he goes. I sell him for $190,000.
So we'll be going again, and for anyone out there with a good trotting mare, What the Hell's a way to go.
The 12-time winning son of the legendary stallion Muscle Hill was a star on the racetrack. He was driven by champion driver David Miller.
Hey there, New Zealand and Australia. I'm David Miller. and I was a regular driver on What the Hill during his racing career. What the Hill was a great racehorse because of his attitude, his gait, and his size. He had a tremendous stride and the heart of a lion. I remember his best win being the TVG final at the end of his 3-year-old year when he beat the aged horses. To me, that was his most impressive race his entire life.
But off the rail comes What the Hill, the 3-year-old. What the Hill to seal his division. What the Hill! What the Hill in 151-4 in the TVG Open Trot Final.
He could race any way you needed him to, but he was so quick off the gate, he usually sit close to the pace, and he would pounce, you know, out of a hole. I mean, his attitude as far as racing went was impeccable, and I mean, I just have a lot of great memories of him.
His debut crop of 2-year-olds are already making an impact in North America, picking up both gender finals of the next generation.
Be my baby now to win the next generation. Here comes Chulo, and Chulo will get up to win the next generation.
And plenty of other feature race winners and sire stake heat winners already to date. Australasian trainers are also high on them, and the reports flowing in are terrific.
Yeah, we've actually got a few trotters, What the Hill, for a change, but we've got 4 of them, and they've all been broken in, and yeah, they're lovely, quiet yearlings and trotting around nice. They haven't done a lot of work, but no, what they've done well.
Yeah, well, first of all, wrapped away that, you know, he's going in America, Stacey, because the first 2 big trots over there, both What the Hills. Also thrilled because Bonnie Highlander, the real class mare that we had for the Newmans, who love their trotters, they went to What the Hill and they got a beautiful colt out of her by him, so that's really exciting. I went to sales this year and brought 2, one out of You Gonna Kiss Me or Not. She broke in beautiful as filly, and Howdy did the last week or 2 with it. Another one bought Celtic Garden, and it broke in beautifully as well, so we're pretty excited about the What the Hills.
A staggering sire with staggering results in the early stages of his career. He has been given every chance and he is making the most of it. It's time that you do too. What the Hill is available via fresh chilled semen throughout Australasia. He stands for the full fee of $7,000 plus GST and $5,600 plus GST when a preferred semen base is used. Resilient best describes champion trotter Speeding Spur. From the start of his career, Speeding Spur raced at an elite level. He is a 9-time Group 1 winner. Very few horses can lay claim to have a career that was brilliant from start to finish.
What made him such a great racehorse was his willingness to win, something very few horses have. When the chips were down, he was still giving 110%. And, he had a lot of qualities, but that was such a high aspect of his racing. Del Boy's best one probably was a 4-year-old when he won the Great Southern Star. That was pretty tough. He had to park up in a 53 mile and he just got beat in the heat, and then he came out 2 hours later and won the final, beat all the older trotters, and that was pretty tough doing as a young horse.
Speeding Spur got out. Speeding Spur's challenging, and Speeding Spur, what a win. Speeding Spur's won it.
My favourite win with him has to be the Rope Cup, I think. It's one of the pinnacles of trotting in New Zealand, along with the Dominion. He could sprint and he could stay, and he won a classic 2-mile race. That was pretty special, that one.
From Temporale, Monty Python, Lamond in high nod, and it's Speeding Spur. He draws away, and this champion Square Gator 7 Group 1. Speeding Spur for the Rowe Cup.
Yeah, I think Speeding Spur's progeny, if he can leave them like he is, he'll do a fantastic job, and really excited to see them on the ground.
Drivers who drove against him never took him lightly.
Racing against Speeding Spur was always hard. He's one of those horses that has a deceptive speed, and he always stuck his neck out the whole way, but when it counted the line, made it very hard to get past. A couple of times I thought I had him beat halfway down, but he proved me wrong again, so he was a great horse.
He was owned by some sporting greats who know just how hard it is to be the best at what you do.
Hey All Blacks and Wallabies fans, we've been really fortunate as part of Woodlands Syndicate to have Speeding Spur on the books for a number of years. He was such a fantastic horse, won some big races, but the best thing I felt about him was the way he always backed up, never gave in, and worked so hard right to the end, no matter what was thrown his way in a race or before a race. What's exciting is there's some foals on the way, and if they have any of that inspiration and ability that he's shown, I'm sure they're going to be fantastic horses, so look out for them.
Hey all you Kiwis and Aussies out there, Andy Ellis here. I've been associated with Woodlands Stud for about 10 years now, and it's been an incredible journey. Our syndicate has had some incredible horses. One that stands out for me is Speeding Spur, or Del Boy we used to call him. Raced in New Zealand's biggest races, Australia's biggest races, headed off to the States, racing some huge races there. I don't reckon there's anything like when your horse turns that last corner and you've got a part of it and you share at home and it wins big races. It's an incredible thing to have. I think what's exciting too now is that Speeding Spur's got some foals out there, so looking forward to seeing those turn into some incredible racehorses too, which I'm sure they will. So anyway, just a shout out, and hope everyone's well. Make sure you share the dream with Woodlands Stud.
We believe he will cross well with a range of trotting mares, but in particular Sundawn, Majestic Sun, Armbro Invasion and Love You mares. He is standing for the full fee of 2,500 plus GST and 2,000 plus GST when a preferred semen base is used. As mentioned with each sire, Woodlands Stud are once again offering their preferred semen base discount of 20% across all of our sires in the upcoming season. This means that if you send your mare to one of our preferred vets or studs to get her in foal to one of our stallions, then we will offer you an automatic 20% discount to any of our stallions. For more information or to check if your vet or stud is on the list, please touch base with myself, Cameron Grant, or our Australian agent Mark Hughes. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Woodlands Stud and our stallions for the upcoming breeding season. As previous breeders of the year, we take great pride in the stallions who helped us achieve this feat. And we hope that in time, your 2021 mating can join the illustrious list of horses sired by Woodlands Stud Stallions. Your success is our success.
Get ahead of the field and share the dream with Woodlands Stud.